You know, I really didn't want to have to make a video like this early on in the life of this new channel, but here we are. So, the competition in Grid Life Track Battle is insane, and I would argue that it's the strongest level of time attack competition anywhere here in the US with any organization. Building a car to compete at the tip of the spear in any class, especially the more accessible builders classes, is an absolutely crazy undertaking these days. So, how did Midwest Fest go? Well, it didn't. We didn't get the engine done in time. How about Mid-Ohio? Well, engine didn't get done for that either. We did, however, get the car running and driving for Road America, and this is how that went. It's day, I don't even know what day it is, it's Saturday. It's day 2, last day of competition, because it's a festival, so there's 2 practice sessions, 3 qualifying sessions, and then the podium sprint. Well, Q3 is the next session. I've had problems pretty much leading up to this. But to start, let's go over the car. So the engine, we have a built 2.2 liter from RS. It's a RS spec, custom pistons, Eagle crank, trying to remember the rods, might be Manley. Yeah, we have a breather system in place now, so we're coming off the valve cover. We've got an air oil separator, line coming off the bottom of that, to a scavenge pump, which we're then returning to the crankcase via the dipstick tube. Those are really the 2 major changes to the car. We don't have the MCS suspension on it. That's a long story. I'll get into that when we get to installing that stuff. But yeah, it hasn't been. We've been having some growing pains. The breather system's been a bit of a pain. We've been trying to get the pump to empty the can, and we keep having to add duty cycle to the pump, and it's not hasn't been working. So we're just going to have it run all the time now. We also had the alternator fail on the car, so we lost 2 sessions to that. One where the car stalled in the outlap, and then the second where we're replacing the alternator. So we've had to spend a substantial amount of time working on it. It is what it is. It's not great. So practice 1, I set a time, 2:28 banker lap. Unfortunately, that doesn't do anything for me. So now that we have qualifying 1 and qualifying 2 out of the way and no lap times on the books, I'm starting from D group, the back of it, for qualifying 3, which is our final qualifying session. I have to run quicker than a 2:35. So 7 seconds slower than my banker lap. I have to run a 2:35 in all of the traffic in the world in order to get into the podium sprint. And once I'm in the podium sprint, then it's fine. Then I go out, I run 2 laps, we're good. But it's getting a banker in to get me in that's going to be the challenge in traffic, like in Sunday Cup traffic, like spec fits. So, yeah, wish me luck. made it. 230 is enough to slip into 5th, so now I have to up that performance and try to get on the podium. We're still pushing oil, so we threw a bucket in the back seat with a line running to it from the catch can. So hopefully that'll keep us from oiling down the tire. We wash the tires down with soap and water. I'll burn them off in the pit lane, and we'll be good to go. Alright, so you guys remember how we ended the last video at the track, or at least the last part of the video that included that thing. That was Laguna. We pulled out the number 2 spark plug, and it was pretty effed. So what are we doing today? Well, it's Monday after Road America, and you saw how, or heard how that ended. So yeah, we're gonna, I tested the coils because it turned into a solid mist when I pulled it out of the trailer, and yeah, I was able to unplug each individual coil and see which one it was. Yeah, it was number 2, go figure. So we're gonna pull that plug and see what the plug looks like, and I've got my compression tester sitting there in the garage ready to go. Yeah. So round 2, let's see what happens. At least the threads on a fresh head feel nice. Not what I wanted to see. Time to do the compression test. Alright, so I'm just going to say it. 120 for a dry compression test on an Evo 9 with MyVec. Not bad. I'm going to test another cylinder just to verify, but I think we might have just gotten away with murder. Well, cylinder 3 came back at 160, so it's hurt. Really not the way I wanted to end this video. I wanted to have a good weekend. It's just, you know, 2 awful weekends in a row. I say in a row, but they're like 8 months apart. Get 3 laps, lose an engine. Do effectively 3 more laps, lose another engine. It's just... like, I understand that it's time attack and it's pay to play, but like a Honda Fit and Sunday Cup is sounding real good right now. So I'll keep you guys updated, but yeah. So since recording that, the car has been down at Ron's shop for a little while now. I got a chance to tear into it a little bit and said that the cross hatching on the cylinder looks good, but the piston got a little melty again. So whatever problem we had at Laguna, we still have it. Not very confidence inspiring, at least for my wallet. I mean, it's new ECU. There's a Haltech 2500 in there now where it was stock ECU at Laguna. We tested the injectors. The injectors all flow the same, at least wide open. The ignition system is brand new. It's, I don't know, like, I'm thinking it's the wiring harness. That's, what else could it be, right? Everything else has been tested or replaced. So, yeah, right now we're just waiting on a new custom piston to show up, so that's our wait for now. At this point, I don't know that the car would make Autobahn, so I'm just
calling it off. The rest of the season's done, at least from a competitive standpoint. If we can get it back together and get a test day or two under our belts to try to figure out exactly what's going on, confirm it's the harness or whatever, all of that fun stuff. And that way I know what I need to fix moving forward. That'll be great, but that's where we're at. So yeah, till next time, Spaz out.